Feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It is about changing the world's opinion about how strong they are. A very warm good evening to all of you present here. I am Toastmaster Sangeeta, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, and I welcome each and everyone to the 45th meeting of one and only Women's Club WIN Toastmaster, where women inspire each other in every aspect. So before we move ahead with this amazing session, there are few ground rules which I would request each and everyone to kindly follow. Number one, switch on your cameras and turn off your mics and unmute yourself only when asked to. Number two, refrain yourself from talking about sex, religion, and politics in a derogatory manner. Number three, avoid the usage of abbreviation. For example, instead of addressing someone as TMOD, use Toastmaster of the Day. Or calling someone as TM Sangeeta, use Toastmaster Sangeeta. Number four, rename yourself before joining the meeting. For example, if you're playing the role of timer, rename yourself as timer underscore your name. Since we all are connected through this virtual podium, there might be a possibility of technical glitch or you might get disconnected. Don't get panicked, you'll be reconnected within seconds. All our WIN Toastmasters Club have been recorded and been uploaded to YouTube. In case you missed it, you can have access to all our videos. We all know that today we'll be having our easy installation ceremony. And we have a very special guest here with us, Distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer. Jennifer means fairness. She is what you call a strong woman, a loving mother, and most of all, a people enabler. She is an MBA specializing in human resource with over 3 decades of work experience in multicultural environment. Presently, she is engaged as an educator and development coach for Upabar Education Private Limited. Complement a 13-year stint at Toastmaster. We are thrilled and excited to have Madam Jennifer as our installation officer. Ladies, please give a big round of applause for her.
Yeah, make it big, make it loud. Come on, guys. A very, very good evening to all you beautiful ladies on this podium. It's so lovely to see such enriching faces. So, are you ready for the installation ceremony? All right, let's go. So, Neeli, you'll help me by just putting these officers on the spotlight when I ask you to do so.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Thank you so very much, Nilu. All right. May I request the outgoing club officers to be spotlighted? So your outgoing club officers, Shruti, Nilu, Momita, Arya's not here, Joita and Reva. So can you spotlight the outgoing, those who are here? Shruti, Nilu, Momita, Joita and Reva. Done?
Only one left.
Okay. Right. Thank you so much, Nilu. Outgoing officers of WIN Toastmasters Club, the members of WIN and I would like to thank you for the stupendous dedication towards members' growth and club growth at large. You have outshone in your responsibilities. You are now discharged from all from all future duties and responsibilities as officers of WIN Toastmasters Club. Thank you. Let us give them a big round of applause. All right. The incoming officers would remain spotlighted. And Nilu, you can spotlight the rest of them, please. Momita, Reva, Amita is there? Yeah. Kalpita, yes. Perfect. All right. So I will be installing the officers in the order of Sergeant at Arms, Treasurer, Secretary, Vice President Public Relations, Vice President Membership, Vice President Education, IPP, and President. Ladies and there's no gentleman. Ladies and ladies, I am here to install the new officers of WIN Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life, and to speak so that they can speak in an effective manner. Listen to them with sensitivity and think creatively. I will now ask each officer to hold the gavel. I know there is no gavel with you, but maybe you could hold a pen in respect, all of you. If you could hold a good pen and keep it up like this, that would be lovely. Thank you. We will take that as a symbol of the gavel. So I will ask each officer to hold the gavel as a symbol of leadership as I briefly describe the challenges they must meet and the responsibilities they must fulfill. As the Sergeant at Arms, our Sergeant at Arms is Sangeeta. As the Sergeant at Arms, you will keep track of the club's physical property. We don't have now an offline meeting, so the physical property is not in the virtual stage as such, but things like banner, lectern, timing device, and other meeting materials is under your purview. You arrive early to prepare the meeting place for members, and you stay late to show all the clubs. To stow away all the club's equipment. You are also in charge of the meeting place itself, obtaining a new space when necessary and maintaining contact with people who allow you to use the space for your club meetings. The Sergeant at Arms also has a role to play during the business meetings. That is, speech contests and other special club events. For example, the Sergeant at Arms escorts members to vote on admitting them to the club. The Sergeant at Arms stands at the door while contestants compete in speech contests to ensure that the speaker is not interrupted by latecomers and stay current on all new developments via the leader letter and the announcements published on the Toastmasters website. Sangeeta, Sergeant at Arms, will you perform these duties to the best of your availability? You need to say, I will.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. We come to the treasurer, and our treasurer today is Momita. Am I correct? Yes. As the treasurer, you are the club's accountant. You are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, if you have one, writing checks as approved by the executive committee and depositing dues and other club revenues. You are also in charge of submitting membership renewal dues to World Headquarters, accompanied by the names of renewing members, filling necessary tag documents, and keeping timely, accurate, up-to-date financial records for the club. Though the treasurer's duties are usually not the most demanding of all the club leadership positions, the consequences for members can be serious when they are not completely accurate on time. So stay current on all new developments via the leader letter and the announcement published on the Toastmasters website. Toastmaster Momita, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you so very much. We have our secretary, and our secretary is Toastmaster Amita. Toastmaster Amita, as the secretary, you maintain all club records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes of each club and executive committee meeting. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster of the current paid membership and keeping the club officer list current at world headquarters. Though some clubs combine the secretary role with the treasurer, it's best to have a dedicated secretary who can help reduce the workload of the treasurer and occasionally assist the vice president education as well. Toastmaster Amita, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Is Amita there?
I will. I'm sorry I was muted.
Thank you so very much, Amita. I now come to the Vice President membership. The Vice President membership is none other than Toastmaster Kalpita. Toastmaster Kalpita, you will promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members by initiating contact with guests, helping them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join. You help maintain a constant influx of new people into your club. You also attentively monitor membership levels and strategize with the rest of the executive committee about how to overcome membership challenges when they occur. Toastmaster, just a moment. Membership, where is membership? Here. Toastmaster Kalpita, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you so very much. We move forward to Vice President Education. Vice President Education is Toastmaster Nilu. As Vice President Education, you schedule members' speeches, verify the completion of projects, and serve as a resource for questions about the education program, speech contest, and your club mentor program. You are an important source of Toastmasters knowledge for club members, and it is your job to become familiar with all aspects of the Toastmasters education program. Toastmaster Nilu, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Thank you. As we do not have the immediate past president here, I will skip that role and I will go directly to the president. Today, our president is Toastmaster Shruti. Toastmaster Shruti, the person who sets the tone for the club. You are expected to provide helpful supportive leadership for all of the club's activities. You motivate, make peace, and facilitate as required. Though you must occasionally step in and make a difficult decision, strive to show respect for all members, even when you do not agree with them, and provide leadership for all. Stay current on all new developments via the leader letter and the announcement published on the Toastmasters website. Toastmaster Shruti Srivastava, having been elected the president of WIN Toastmasters Club, you are its chief executive officer and are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. The gavel is a symbol of the power and authority given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone is proud. Will you, Toastmaster Shruti, President, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities?
I will.
As the installation officer, it is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. Let's warmly welcome them with a thunderous round of applause. WIN Toastmasters, please join me in welcoming all the newly elected officers with a thunderous round of applause. I would now address all club members collectively. May I request all members to place their hands across their heart. Members collectively. May I request all members to place their hands across their Okay. There's some echo going on. All right. So the growth and development of Toastmasters program of WIN Toastmasters Club depends largely upon the actions of this group. On your honor as a member of Toastmasters, do you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it and work with it throughout the coming term? Club members, please say, we will.
We will.
Thank you so very much. Well, the newly elected officers have all been installed. Congratulations to each one of you. I would like to now hand over the stage to Toastmaster Shruti Srivastava, President of WIN Toastmasters Club, to give a 3-minute speech outlining the goals for their term. Thank you, and over to you, Shruti.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer ma'am, for accepting to be the installation officer. What joy would it be to be installed by an institution of Toastmaster? So please give her a huge round of applause. I request all of you to give her a huge round of applause. And when I say an institution, I really mean it. When you want to hear the guide of Toastmasters speaking to you, please go and request Jenny ma'am to help you out, and she will be there with all her being to help you out. With this, I welcome you to this meeting of WIN Toastmasters Club and all you amazing, phenomenal, beautiful souls here. It's you who make the club successful. When Ruchira first asked me, and she wanted me to be the Vice President Education, the chartering Vice President Education of this club, I was in a position of saying that I do not want to do it because my hands are full. And probably that is how your growth happens. And when I took this opportunity, I found my tribe, a part of my tribe that collectively lives on one screen, on single screen, and I get to meet them every Sunday to reinfuse what we believe in. As a club, we promise ourselves that we will be here for each other, not just being on screens, being each other's mentors and mentees by helping each other in becoming better speakers or leaders, but fostering camaraderie that we all crave for. How many of you agree that as women, we need to find and identify our tribe very strongly. Give me a heart sign. Or maybe pour it out this way if you can. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. And haven't we found this tribe in here? Thank you so much, everyone. Haven't we found this tribe in here in all of us together? As a club, we strive to become distinguished in no time. We want to achieve all that we can, and we want to understand and let everyone know that this is how women rise. And I often infuse this element of women in my presiding officer's address because I want you all to understand, why do we need a separate club, or why are we in this club or not in any other club? Why do we want to stitch in our hearts into this club? Because this is something where everyone and anyone can come here, pour their hearts out, and not think of the judgments that we are always thinking, that, oof, this is visible, that is visible, what will people think? And what if people come to know about my past relationship, past XYZ, episodes of my life? No one is going to judge you here. And that is what we are bringing to this club. As a club, we also promise to help each other grow personally as better human beings, of course, professionally wherever we can. And that's where I would love to see all of you grow, people who have not yet embarked upon their pathways journey or are still thinking to deliver their speeches. Do it right away, and do it right or wrong, but do it right away. All right. And that's how we move, taking one step at a time. And with this, I would now like to call upon someone who is going to take the meeting forward. But before that, we have some guests here, just some guests, although guests, but they have turned into a Toastmaster, and I'm sure they're going to be one. I would like to ask and welcome guest Shuja to please let us know. I'm not going to ask you what brings you here, but would love to know what brings you here time and again here. What do you like about this place?
I like this place because it's a very open forum where everybody is very free and everybody discusses things very openly, and there are no inhibitions, and everyone's very relaxed, and it's like a second home for all of us. So that's why I like coming back to WIN.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We also have guest Deboshmita, who is also another person who is going to be turning Toastmaster really soon, I'm sure. Please let us know the same question. What brings you here? And what is that one thing that you take away from each meeting?
Yeah, hi. I have had a few sessions with WIN Toastmasters and always felt very welcome. You have strong speakers and good topics. And I have always, left after the session, left charged and energized. So that is very important to me. And very quickly about myself, because there are some, I work with the Russian ministry as an energy journalist, and I'm based in Moscow, currently working from home in Kolkata. I also translate literary works, classics, contemporary, children literature from Russian into English and Bengali and vice versa. And recently I started teaching. So Toastmasters is very important to me, and I will be joining Toastmasters this month. Very happy to be able to connect with you all this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And we are so glad to know that you do these many things. And we would love to have you as a part of our, sorry, not club, but this family. So with this, I welcome each and every one of you to be a part of this club here and this meeting. And I would also like to give a special mention to distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha, who is here as the general evaluator, although she will be introduced. But it is so lovely to see and welcome you, distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha, and I hope you come back here time and again like everyone else, and we would love to have you here. So with this, let's move forward. I'm sorry. Let's move forward to the person who is going to take an anchor, not just in the literal way, but figuratively taking the meeting and taking it forward. The person who is going to come here on stage as the Toastmaster of the day I would like to introduce them as versatile, the most versatile person perhaps I have known in this Toastmasters fraternity. So good as a human, and of course, brilliant in Hindi, brilliant in English, and who never stops growing. The moment you become still is the death of your dreams, and this person never stops growing. She's always there to learn and understand things clearly. And with this clarity that I admire in her, please help me welcome and put your hands together for our newly installed Vice President Education, Toastmaster Nilu Sharma, as the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Nilu ji.
Thank you so much, Madam President, for the wonderful introduction. Please give thunderous round of applause for our evergreen and charming President, Toastmaster Shruti Srivastava. I would like to request everyone, please switch on your camera. We will take group pic. We have a very special person with us. Maybe she can leave in any moment. So I want to capture this moment. Thank you. Yes. So today we are going to talk about deep woman. What is deep woman? As for me, a girl should be two things: who and what she wants. This is the thinking of deep woman. How they think, why it should be. What do you think? Toastmaster Vanitha, if DTM Vanitha, if I will ask, what do you think about deep movement? What will your take, or how you will define it?
I don't think there's anything to say specifically about a deep woman, because I think all women are deep. It just depends on which level of deep we are at, and depending on how our life's taken journey so far and things like that. But I would believe that every woman is unique, and that makes her deep. That makes her different from the way that she is different from everyone else is what makes her deep, and every woman is special. Back to you, Nilu.
Thank you so much, DTM Vanitha. Yes, awesome. And Margaret Thatcher said that if you want something said, ask a man. And if you want something done, ask a woman. Yes, the deeper you are, the harder it becomes for you to find someone who wants to have a relationship with you. You can go out on a lot of dates, but at some point, the relationship fails to progress and further. And that is the mainly because of its intentionally of your depth. Not every man is strong enough to handle a deep woman. Here, why? A deep one asks deep questions. Yes, it took me quite a long time to develop a voice, and now that I have, I am not going to be silent. Said by Madeline Albright. Yes, we are all are here to celebrate women. I would love to ask DTM Jennifer Ghosh ma'am, what your think about woman or a deep woman. Please share your views too. Over to you.
So just like Vanita said, so deep and not so deep is all depending on a woman, frankly speaking. So women are sometimes a little, what do I say, deep in terms of keeping things to themselves, especially when it comes to ill health. I feel that when they are sick or when they are not feeling good, they don't like to voice it to their family members because they're very scared that their uncomfortable feeling or their illness may make somebody else unhappy, and that is what I call deep in a woman. So she's so sensitive to everybody's feeling, but she's not sensitive to her own pain, and that is very important for us to understand that we should share and we should not keep things so deep within us. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. You said a lot, means it touched my heart really. Whatever the words and whatever the sentiment, it was totally, I am totally agreed with you. There is something so special about a woman who dominates in a man's world. It takes a certain grace, strength, intelligence, fearlessness, and the nerve to take no for an answer. Moving forward, before I move ahead, I want to tell you how we conduct Toastmasters. There are 3 sessions in Toastmaster. First session is for prepared speech section. Second, table topic section. And the third is the heart of the meeting, or you can say it is very necessary because without evaluation, we can't make progress. So the person who is here to evaluate that section as a general evaluator, what can I say about her? She is an awesome personality. Just 1.5 months before I first met her on Kolkata Bilingual Club, and that day I became great fan of her. Yes, she is amazing. If I would go to say about her a lot, I have to take a lot of time for that. So I'm just sharing few points. She is President Distinguished Division Director in 2018-19, District Logistic Manager in 2017-18, Linkers Coordinator 2016-17, Outstanding Contributor Award 2016-17, 4 times Triple Crown winner, and chaired committees at district conference. Served in all 7 club officers role, PeopleSoft consultant at the rate Oracle, and Rajnikant pet she is, biryani lover too, gender equality advocate, and believes that kindness is our currency. So please help me welcome the wonderful persona, DTM Vanitha Rangarajan. Please, ma'am, come have the podium.
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम, अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाए हम. Starting with the lines of the legendary deep woman that has left Earth premises today, but remembering her through her songs, I'm really excited to be a part of this Women in Network Toastmasters Club. What noise you women make outside of your club. It's the go-getters of anything that you do in your professions. You all come together and you form a Toastmasters Club. It's bound to be awesome. I hope that through my role of a general evaluator today, I would be able to learn a lot, take back home some of those learnings, and also probably tell you maybe there's a different way of doing things the way that we are doing it right now. Obviously, a task like this, no woman can do this on her own. And so I have an able team of 5 Wonder Women. I'm going to start with Wonder Woman number 1. That's our grammarian. Our grammarian today is played by Toastmaster Sangeeta. Sangeeta is a happy-go-lucky girl, a college student and currently pursuing a professional course, someone who loves to listen to music and has already rocked the stage as the Sergeant at Arms. Toastmaster Sangeeta, would you be able to highlight to us your role as a grammarian tonight?
Thank you, General Evaluator. I am Toastmaster Sangeeta and I'll be playing the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, I carefully observe the language used in the meeting, word choice, pronunciation, sentence structure, and phrases. I will take note of exceptionally skillful words and not so good words as well. I am also responsible for introducing the word of the day. So the word of the day is the word of the day is exhilarated, making one feel very happy, thrilled, animated, or elated. For example, she was very exhilarated by today's event. Skydiving was an exhilarating experience. I would request each and everyone to follow this, to use this word in their speech as many times as possible. I will present my report when asked by the General Evaluator. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Could I also encourage members who listen to the word acceleration during the meeting to put a thumbs up or a heart symbol just when you've heard the word again? It will reiterate the fact that you're a great listener and also the word registers faster. Moving on to our next role taker, I'd like to call our timer. Our timer today will be Toastmaster Amrita. Toastmaster Amrita is the most known face in my tag role today because she has been a charter member of this very club, a corporate professional who has become a teacher recently and someone who believes in perfection. Amrita is also someone who loves doing intricate art designs, something that I've never been able to get in my 40 years of living. Toastmaster Amrita, please join us on the virtual stage and let us know what you will be doing in your role as timer tonight.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I would be taking, as time is very important, the speed and the rate. That is what I'm going to keep a watch on. I will quickly share the sheet that I'm going to track you on so that you get clear specifications of the timings that you're allowed. The prepared speech section, the prepared speaker would be allowed up to 7 minutes. Of course, the minimum is 6 minutes. I'm sorry, 5 to 7 minutes is what you're allowed, including the grace time, and the evaluator would be given 3 minutes. In the table topic section, we would be given 2 minutes and 30 seconds towards the upper end, and 1 minute is the least that we need to speak to get qualified here. So with that, thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that, Amrita. Would you also show us how will your timing signs be?
Of course, so sorry about it. The table topic section, 1 minute, I will be showing you the green card, and then I will show you the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds. At 2 minutes, I will show you the red card. You are allowed a grace time of 30 seconds after 2 minutes. However, the red card stays. And even if you go beyond 2 minutes 30 seconds, the red card continues. So keep a watch on the timings.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Amrita, quick check. You will be using your virtual backgrounds to change the timing cards, correct? All right, fantastic. Thank you. Moving on to our next role taker, I'd like to introduce to you, well, I didn't have to introduce her to you, but our club president. She'll be playing the role of the listening, should I say a master here in an all-women's club, or should I just stick to a listening miss? Our club president here, Toastmaster Shruti, is from Lucknow. She loves to read and write about Hindi literature. A sari blogger on Instagram. In case you've not seen that side of her, then maybe you should follow her on Instagram. She believes that this very club has her heart. I can't be surprised by it. By listening to the presidential address, I see how committed and passionate she is about every single member of the WIN Toastmasters. I'd now like to call Toastmaster Shruti to announce to us what she'll be doing in this really special role in Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. And my role is going to be something which is very interesting. As stated by Jenny ma'am, that we need to share. I would like to also add to it that we need to also listen. To be able to share, you need to observe and listen. And that's what I'm going to be testing. I will be testing your listening skills and all with your attention here. So at the end of the meeting, when the Madam General Evaluator will call me, I will be asking you some questions, as in the statement spoken by whom, and you have to give me the correct answer. And that is a very exciting session that we have in our meeting. And with this, I hand back the stage to Madam General Evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shruti. Let's all get our listening caps on. The last member of the Tiger team that I'd like to introduce to you is a member of the Hindi Toastmasters Club. Someone who's joined Toastmasters 6 months ago and all the way from the land of the Priyanka Chopra. Well, Bareilly, if I'm if I'm right. She did her master's in computer application and she's recently working as an IT recruiter. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Amrita as she plays the role of the R counter tonight. Over to you, Amrita, to explain what you will be doing in your role.
No, sorry. My name is Kanchan Sharma.
There had to be a goof up.
Okay.
All right, so all that I said was still about Kanchan, but it's just
Yeah.
that I'm obsessed with the name Amrita tonight, it looks like. So, Kanchan, please let us know what you will be doing as an R counter today.
No issue. Thank you, Ms. General Evaluator Vanitha. And hello, everyone. My name is Kanchan, and yeah, I basically belong from Bareilly. Yeah. So my role is for today's meeting is our counter, and yeah, it's my role as a R counter is to note and keep track of words and sound used by the all speakers and role players, and they used as a crutch or pause fills by arrange who speaks during the meeting, and the use of inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, like, as well as sounds like is will be met with an audible click. I will note any uses of the clutch or filler words. So I will present my overall feedback and report to the end of the meeting, and when general evaluator will ask to me. And so thanks to you, and over to you, general evaluator Vandita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan. I had to stress that because it was not Amrita, and I'm remembering this for my own good that our counter tonight is Toastmaster Kanchan. We have 4 out of the 5 Wonder Women already called up. I'm going to save an introduction for the 5th Wonder Woman when I'm handing over my general evaluator's report. For now, we feel like we've done it all in explaining to you what our role for tonight is. So I will now hand the virtual stage to the very charming VP Education of the club, the newly installed Toastmaster Nilu Sharma. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Vanitha. Friends, when DTM Vanitha agreed to be general evaluator for today's meeting, I was exhilarated. Yes, it was awesome feeling for me. And same thing happened again when DTM Jennifer Ghosh agreed to be installation officer. Thank you so much. Please give huge round of applause for both of the DTMs in the meeting. So we were talking about deep women. I have somewhere I read that a deep woman will probe further into your life and ask questions you may not be prepared to answer. Even she will dig deeper and ask personal and philosophical questions. She will never enjoy a shallow conversation. She is honest, too honest, often blunt. A deep woman takes her integrity seriously, and one thing she believes is in honesty. If you ask her anything, she will tell you the truth, and she expects the same from you. A deep woman knows what she wants or who she wants. She knows right away if she likes you and does not need to date around or explore her other options to be sure of her feeling. Her heart only waits for a special people. If it's not necessary that it would be boyfriend, girlfriend, or any. It can be anyone, mother, friends, siblings, anyone. So now this is the time for our speeches. And today we have only one speech. Before call her, I would like to call her evaluator. When I ask her evaluator, please give your small intro. She said, I owe myself the biggest apology for putting up with shit I don't deserve. I said, oh, please. What this I have to say. Say yes, if you are not comfortable, I can change. No, then it's okay. I will say this only. So Toastmaster Jyoti Datta, she is very much charming and very helpful, very kind-hearted. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Jyoti, and please come and share what is the objective of our speaker number 1 today. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, ladies and ladies. The speaker in question today, the purpose and the objectives I'm going to point out now. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Timer, please note that the speaker will take 5 to 7 minutes of time. All the best to the speaker. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jyoti, for describing the objectives nicely. Now, the person who is going to deliver her speech is Toastmaster Riva, a very charming and lovely small girl. Yes, she is college going girl, but the way she is improving day by day is tremendous. Now, today she is going to give her speech of level 2, speech 1, and the title is Am I a Leader? Her mentor is Toastmaster Pratiti Sen Gupta. Toastmaster Reva, Am I a Leader? Toastmaster Reva, Am I a Leader? Over to you.
Which one would you like to attend? A management talk or a boring movie? Whatever you're thinking, I second you. But however, it turns into a challenge when you're asked to deliver a management talk. When I am asked to think of myself as a leader and talk about my leadership styles, at the same time I'm questioning myself. Reva, are you a leader? Seriously, am I a leader? A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. I still remember during my school days, I was an active leader. A leader who used to participate in multiple occasions, school captain, sports captain, cultural captain, etc., etc. The list was endless. But suddenly, as I entered into my first year of college, I realized my leadership skills just stopped functioning, as if it never existed. Apparently, I and my leadership skills were on a break. And then I decided to join a place where leaders are born. Yes, the same place you are in, Toastmasters. But even Toastmasters put me into the same situation I was in back in my first year of college. What is your leadership style? My leadership style? Seriously? Error 404 professed my brain. Then the Toastmasters pathway said, relax, if you can't find one, I am there to help you. Just answer the following questions, and based on that, you will be able to identify your leadership style. So ladies and ladies, let me share you few snippets of the various leadership styles that I came across in that questionnaire. Number 1, authoritative style, leading by power. For example, if today there's a data privacy issue with Facebook and to sustain their business, they need to change their policy, obviously a developer who works for Facebook won't make a decision. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder, the CEO who has the highest power, will step forward and create a vision for Facebook. This is authoritative style. Number 2, coaching style, leading by advice. When we coach someone, we don't tell them what to do, when to do, how to do. Rather, we help people to find their answers. In the same way, your teachers helped you to find yours. Number 3, democratic style, leading by consensus. Democratic means they share the problem space. If you tell your team members, well guys, there's a huge fire breakout in the building, suggest some ways to overcome this. Obviously, this is not expected by a leader. If you want suggestions from your team members, then it's better to give away the position to the one who provides solutions, isn't it? Number 4, affiliative leadership style, leading by relationship. This style is all about harmony. When you join a new organization, you're like a fish in a pond. You feel completely unsettled, and that's when your supervisor, your HR, plays a pivotal role and helps you settle in. This is affiliative style. Number 5, pace setting style, leading by example. This leader works with team and shows them how the work is to be done. For example, our previous Indian cricket captain Virat Kohli helped transform the fitness level of his team players. It cannot be denied that the radical transformation of the Indian fitness team made the team the best and the fittest team in the world. Number 6, bureaucratic style, leading by rules. It's my way or no way. It is appropriate in the fire-like situation when the boss yells at his team members and asks them to vacate the building immediately without clicking a selfie with the fire and posting it on Facebook. But don't abuse this style. The last and the 7th style is innovative style, that is leading by innovative ideas. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, always places an empty chair in his meeting room. He feels that that particular empty chair represents his customers, and even if they are not physically present there, their essence is the most important essence for his business plan, as that essence will help him to develop customer relationship culture efficiently. Innovative, right? These were the 7 leadership styles that I came across in that questionnaire, and that questionnaire helped me to identify my top 2 leadership style as innovative and affiliative leadership. But however, I was not even surprised. Let me tell you why. Since a couple of months, I have been interning with a digital marketing agency where my role is to supervise the interns. And just 2 weeks back, there was one vacancy in the position of graphic designing intern, and a student of NIFT Delhi had applied for it. Quite impressed by his portfolio, I asked him to join us immediately. But after working with him for 2 to 3 days, I realized that he needed my validation even for the tiniest thing. Is the color combination right? Am I doing things wrong? Can you please help me? And moreover, he even failed to attend our informal meetings. That's when I decided to reach out to him and talk to him as a friend and understand what his problem was. He, being very honest, told me that he was intimidated by us, intimidated by his team members because he did not know how to communicate. I spoke to him and explained him the culture of our agency and told him to consider everyone as his friend. 2 weeks later, at present, he is the most talkative intern in our agency, and apart from that, his designs have radically transformed. They are even more creative, even more beautiful, and even more amazing. Maybe because I gave him the liberty to design posters as per his wishes. This incident has surely made me believe that my top 2 leadership styles are affiliative and an innovative leadership style. With all these instances and researches about various leadership style, I realized one thing. Leadership is not a tag which we put on someone's forehead and tell others that he or she is your leader, so you need to follow him or her. Rather, leadership is the ability to achieve extraordinary achievements from ordinary people. What do you think, Toastmaster of the Day? Thank you.
Please give huge round of applause for Toastmaster Reva. Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful speech you delivered. Amazing Toastmaster Reva. Yes, I agreed with every point. How, yes, a good leader always knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. I was talking about women. I read somewhere, I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. And that's the same spirit I see in WIN Toastmaster Club. The presence of every person give me extra encouragement. There's no limit to what we as a woman can accomplish. We want a deep relationship. We want long conversation about our life. We want to hear stories. We want to hear about your past. We want to understand your pain and we want to add value to your life. We want a real relationship that goes beyond going out and having fun. Yes, drama is very important in life, and we have to come on with a bang. We never want to be go out with a whimper. Yes, it is stated by Julia Child. So moving further, I did not remove the spotlight. I'm really sorry. So now this is the time for table topic master. Table topic section is very special section, and our table topic master will give briefly introduction about it. But before that, I want to say something about our table topic master, Deepti Gurnani. Yes, very new Toastmaster. She is from Gurgaon, and within a few weeks, she became my good friend. We had chat, and as I already said, we want to know about each other, deep relationship. We want to know everything. Hey, why don't you dye your color today? Are you sad? So these are the conversations with all the women, and we really feel happy to having the and sharing and caring each other. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Deepti, the table topic master of the day. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nilu Sharma. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Deepti, today playing the role of table topic master. That is most, I think, exciting and breathtaking session in my opinion. So ladies, here I intend to help members develop their ability to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to an impromptu question or topic. So every speaker will get stage to speak for 2 minutes, and there will be a grace period of 30 seconds. So, and please use the word of the day as maximum, that is exhilarated. Like I am exhilarated to play the role of table topic master today in my WIN club. So, shall we start? Who is going to volunteer? How can I see? Can anyone raise the hand, please? Who wants to speak first?
Toastmaster Suja Rajesh and Devasmita Malik.
Okay, so I will ask Toastmaster Suja Rajesh first. Your topic is what women want. What women want.
I feel what a woman really wants, speaking from my own personal experience, what a woman wants is to feel confident, to be accepted, to know and understand that the sky is the limit, and she can really move ahead in life, and she can do anything she wants to do. She can, as long as she sets her heart on doing something, she can definitely achieve great heights, move forward in life. And even if there are a lot of obstacles in the way and there are a lot of hardships in the way, she can definitely move ahead in life if she has the support of a good partner, the support of a good family and friends. But more important than that, she needs to feel confident that she can do it and she can get things done. And I feel that's what a woman wants or a woman needs in life. Thank you.
Wonderful. Really, I think listening your topic, I can say that like woman is like a supernatural. If she wants something, yeah, she can achieve.
She can do it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So who is next? I forgot the name. Devasmita ma'am. You want to speak? Can I ask? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. your topic is girls with dreams are women with vision. Girls with dreams are women with vision.
Thank you so much. So it's a delightful topic to speak about. Girls with dreams are, girls with dreams are women with vision. Yeah,
Vision, yeah.
vision. Yeah, yeah. Indeed, you have to start early in life. Yeah, it's from your childhood. If you have a dream, if you nurture a dream day by day, month by month, and as time goes by, it develops into the vision of your life, which when you mature into a woman, you have a solid vision, you have a clear-cut vision. So the key here is to not to be afraid, not to limit yourself, to have the ability to dream. Anything is possible, impossible is possible, as they say. So have a dream, I mean, however weird, however unachievable it might seem, you should have your dream, I mean, identify your passion and have a dream with which you grow the grow the passion, grow the vision of your life. So for example, we see musicians, we have heard about actors who from a very young age, they have dreamt of following this profession. So it's from it. In Russia, I have seen ballerinas, they start very early when the bones are not yet formed. It's extremely difficult, but they dream of becoming a ballerina in the Bolshoi theater, which is the ultimate. And they start as early as 3-4 years. So yes, they have that dream, and then when the time is right, they are performing in front of millions of people, and after a fantastic performances, there are roses at their feet. So, and they have the vision of a ballerina to enjoy and to share their skill with others. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, really, dreams are unlimited. We can follow our dreams now, even being mature, even small dreams which are unfulfilled. So great speech. Thank you. So who is next? Who wants to be next? Please raise your hands or tell me your name. So I am actually from mobile. So
Shruti, Kritika, they have raised their hands.
Kritika and Shruti, ma'am.
Yes, Shruti and Kritika.
So first I will ask Kritika.
Sure.
Toastmaster Kritika. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your topic is teach a woman, educate a family. Teach a woman, educate a family.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. And I feel this is very true. As a child, the first thing a child learns is from the surrounding. And because a child stays with the mother first, and the bonding and connection happens at that phase, initial phase, when a mother knows how to handle the child, how to understand the behavior, everything, she is aware basically, then she can better use this period to educate a child. And when this continues over generation, I feel the world can change. And that's why I really feel when we teach a woman, we educate the whole family. Many a times we see women are handling the house, and when she's given the power, and the power is not by someone snatching the power, it comes with then which get reflected around. So when you are aware, you know when to use a power or when to use a situation accordingly, and you exhibit that. And when you exhibit that in a better way, you can make more decisions, better decisions, and educate your entire next generation. And if any things are happening not so correct in your family, you can stand around and say, look, I feel this is not correct, and this thing comes from education, I believe. So I really strongly believe educating a woman is really important for educating the whole family. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Dipti.
Yeah, thank you. Very nice. Actually, education is, I think, the most important agenda in women's life, in India especially. So, who is, I think Toastmaster Shruti wants to volunteer. Can I ask?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Your topic is she believed she could, so she did. Your topic is she believed she could, so she did.
There is this brilliant book that I'm reading these days for the second time. This book is called How Women Rise. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this speech. Many of us, in fact, all of us believe that we can be successful, but we never claim our success. How many of you think that you are a successful woman? That goes beyond your professional work status. Please do not consider that you're a work at home mother or you are a working IT HR recruiter or you are a teacher. No, I want to see a raise of hands to know how many of you think that you are successful. Still, I see many of you do not think that you're successful. I want you to question, what else do you need in life to think, to believe in yourself that you are successful? You are your own best friend. You are your own mirror and you are your own voice. I always believe in the fact that humans, and especially women, you have to claim your space, because if you do not claim your space, no one is going to give that space to you, because the world is never fair. And which is why this belief that creeps into our hearts and minds, because we are conditioned this way, that you're never perfect, or you need to do this in a certain way, you need to sit a certain way, you need to talk a certain way, and you cannot raise your voice. That's how we are taught. But if you believe that you can do everything that you want, you are what you want. You can be whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because you, my lovely woman, are enough. Over to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
Very nice. No words to say. You are always perfect. So, who is up next? Please tell your name. Who is up next? Who wants to speak? Or should I? Anybody, please?
Please volunteer, people. Only the contests are over. Toastmasters is still on.
Please tell your name so that I can listen.
I can try. Kanchan.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Kanchan, your topic is, if you could pick up a new skill in an instant, what that would be and why? If you could pick up a new skill, any new skill in an instant like this, so that would be what that would be and why?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deepti, for a beautiful topic. And if I could choose any topic for me to learn, yeah, I learned to drive my own, and yeah, it's my long-term wish that I can drive my own car. So it's my long dream, and but uh, it's unfortunately I cannot. So sorry guys, I couldn't learn drive how to drive a car, and yeah, I have learned. I basically in learning process for the in a Toastmaster, and I want to become like you people, and yeah, it's a flawless, and how to speak flawless like Shruti ma'am and Jennifer ma'am and Jayati ma'am. I always listen to you guys and thought think that how they speak like fluently, and yeah, I want to learn to speak flawless. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very well said, Toastmaster Kanchan. That is driving is also scares me also. That is, and one thing that I want to learn is mathematics tricks, which we now see our kids, they are learning very fast. But I want to learn that instant skill. Thank you. So who is next? Does time permits? Can I ask more?
It should be last.
Okay, please volunteer. Tell your name. If somebody wants to speak, please tell your name so that I can listen.
Our very own Jenny ma'am.
Really? Ma'am, can I ask?
Yes, of course, Deepti. Go ahead.
Your topic is it sometimes a great fortune to be alone? Is it sometimes a great fortune to be alone?
Everybody needs me time. Me time is so important so that you can rejuvenate, exhilarate, and feel happy about being alive. Now, if you talk about me, I have reached that age when every day matters for me, every day counts for me. I truly believe that life is, I have always said this phrase, age no ba, life ek bar. Means age is not a bar, but life is just once. So make the most of life. You have your family, you have your responsibilities, you are doing everything, balancing your work, your family, and your friends and your society, because we cannot stay without social beings. We are social beings, we need people. But if you don't have some time to relax and take a deep breath and just say, oh, I need this me time to rejuvenate and come back strongly. So sometimes I just get into my room. I have a very cozy little chair in the corner of the room. I sit there, put out my legs, and I say, no disturbance. If anyone wants anything, please go ahead and do it yourselves. So, my dear ladies, enjoy life. Do what you have to do. But also remember to have that me time. Thank you, and over to you, Deepti.
Thank you, ma'am. Very nice speech. So I think this is the last. So over to you, General Evaluator, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. After table topic session, you can hand over to team out of the day or of the evening. Thank you so much for the wonderful topics. Please give big round of applause for Toastmaster Deepti. Hope you all felt fearless. Yes, fearless is like a muscle. I know from my own life that the more I exercise it, the more natural it becomes to let my fears run me. And one thing I really liked what Jenny ma'am said, that we need me time. it was not in my script, but I want to share after hearing her. I have a maid at home. She used to come by 7, and 3 months before I buy a car. And as it is Baleno automatic car, and I was very good scooty driver, within a day I learned how to drive it. Now my office time is 9:30, and I want to drive 1 hour every day or 45 minutes going here, there, anywhere. So I told my uh, at family that I will go now by 8:30, and 8:30 to 9:30 is my me time, and then I will go to office. Nobody says anything in front of me, but everybody dislike it. Why I'm wasting my petrol and my time? So the maid said, I will come by 8 o'clock from next day. I said, you can go. And for that, I have a big fight with my husband, with my son. But I said, no, I will go by 8:30, and that is my me time. I will enjoy. Why 24/7? Only I work for you people only. So this was me, and I struggled, and I thought, no, I have to live for me. So my dear friend, feminism is not about making women stronger. Women are already strong. It is about changing the way the world receives the strength. So here I have few screenshots for you, and I really like that. So please have a look. We all women should think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone of greatness. Yes, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. I like art, revolutions come from combining what exists into what has never existed before. And the last one, I think that passion is the secret ingredient that drives hard work and excellence. So these were few quotes I liked as a woman, and hope you all like too. And now, friends, this is the time for our wonderful DTM Vanitha Rangarajan, the general evaluator of the evening. Please help me welcome DTM Vanitha Rangarajan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nilu. Okay, heads up. We are at 7:54. There is no way that Shruti is going to close at 8 o'clock. Are you up for the extension of time? Give me a heart symbol, some symbol, any reaction at all. If I can play my course of a general evaluator, and I have to warn you, it will be a little exhausted. But I promise you that it will be worth your time, your late dinners that you might have to start at home. Whatever be the case, I am sorry that we are going to be extending a little bit of the time. So I will be giving you evaluation on basically how the flow went and what we could do differently, or points for you to consider. One of the things that I like is for whomever I'm speaking about, if you can come on video, and so I would also gauge from your body language whether you're okay with it, whether you want to give me one, whether you're hitting me behind the screen or whatever it is. Okay, I'm just messing with you. So it'll be nice if the person in particular came on video whenever you're being called on. The second thing is, I'd like a lot of reactions to come for every person. So when we applaud a role taker at the end, I will call for a specific reaction, mostly hearts. And so please make sure that you are familiar with this and then staying close to the laptop. I would now begin with the Sergeant at Arms. A couple of things that I really liked about the way Sangeeta came is that she had this amazing smiling disposition. That's probably how she looks all the time. She had the great charm with which a meeting should be started. I was constantly looking at her, and she was very confident about her role. She called out she talked about women and feminism. I love the quote that she had given. The abbreviation rule is something that I heard for the very first time, how she encouraged folks to not use the TM and the DTM because God knows what those are. but encouraging them to use Distinguished Toastmaster, and likewise, it was really nice. I also like the fact that she talked about the recordings being in place, and it was an amazing introduction of the installation officer that Sangeeta had given. I really love the fact that she had covered it all as a sergeant at arms. Now, what can I tell Sangeeta that she could do a little differently for her next role, or anybody else who wants to take Sangeeta's role? Toastmasters International does not tell you, don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. You're actually allowed to talk about sex, religion, and politics. I mean, in India, if you don't talk about sex, religion, and politics, what do you talk about, right? The thing that Toastmasters wants us to be a little careful about is that don't hurt the sentiments of people, because again, in India, everything we get sensitive, everything we have a problem with. And so just watch what you're saying is what the actual thing is. So it's really not a problem if you do want to talk about sex, religion, and politics, but just know your audience and speak in a way that you don't affect anyone's beliefs. And that's one recommendation that I have for Sergeant at Arms. Right after this, I will share with Nilu a part about from Toastmasters International Club leadership itself, where it actually talks about this and how we should break this myth, especially in our Indian subcontinent, about restricting people on where is the freedom of speech if you're telling me that the three important topics cannot be spoken about. So that's one point for everyone in the club, and just for you to note about the Sergeant at Arms. As I asked you, the biggest heart symbol, and you can't change sizes, so it's heart symbol for everyone. Let's give us a great heart symbol for our first role taker who did her role with aplomb, the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Heart symbol done, everyone? Okay, fantastic. The second person that I'd like to talk about is our installation officer. Oh, wait, installation officer? This is that rare opportunity that I am having. I'm accelerated to be talking about, giving a little bit of feedback for the past district director for District 41, a woman that I've looked up to in all my years of knowing her in Toastmasters. First things first, I really love the energy with which you came. You had come in before the meeting started, and how you were behaving with the club like these are your babies, like these are your children. And you had this very warm way of interacting with everyone. I really like that about the way that you started. You had a lot of things going for you in terms of the way that you had. I'm not sure the script that we use in District 121 is very different. I love the fact that in District 41 you encourage the leader letter to be also reviewed, and you had great changes done and explaining to them, like, in virtual this is it, in online this is it. So that was very nicely done. You also mentioned in some place where you remember that this was an all women's club, so you didn't say ladies and gentlemen, and then you said ladies and ladies. And but there was this one part where you said, guys, are you excited? And this is not for just you, because we had a couple of more speakers saying, guys, we're talking about gender equality here, and if you can't even use gender neutral verbiage, how are we even going to get there? How about we don't use chairman of the company and introduce a woman as a chairman? How about we don't say guys? Instead, we say words like folks, which is gender neutral, chairperson, which is gender neutral. That is just something that I wanted everyone in this room, because if we can't walk the talk as women, we want change to happen, which is why we even joined this club. We are women in the network. And so we have to be very particular about the choice of words that we have. And so no more guys, even if it's our past district director, we'll use folks instead, or people instead, and make it a very inclusive way of having everyone being addressed. So that was the only feedback that I had. And that was not just for Jen. That was not at all actually for Jenny ma'am, but I just thought everyone's here, so might as well just bring that up. And again, like I mentioned, Jenny ma'am, someone who's done a lot for Toastmasters. I had the great opportunity of hanging out with her in Bangalore when she was here for a few months. And so I know that we are very blessed to have leaders like you, Distinguished Toastmaster Jenny, in the organization itself. And WIN Toastmasters Club has got that real fortune in having Shruti and her XCOM team being installed by you. I was thrilled to see you installing. Thank you so much. And now a big heart symbol for Distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer. I'd now like to go ahead with our presiding officer. Okay, I love the word that she had used. She had used this one word, and that just stuck to me. I also saw that she's actually a flawless speaker. In table topics, I got to know, okay, probably that's how she normally talks itself. So this was amazing. As a president, I thought your presiding officer speech was fantastic. I love the way that you talked about the tribe. The one word that I was talking to you about was tribe. And that's a huge word because it's so collective and it brings everyone together, and you know you're not in this alone. And that was such a strong word to use. I really like that choice of word that you'd use during your address. I love the fact that as a president, you made every person in this team feel welcome. So there were guests that were being asked out to tell where they were from. And I instantly knew that everyone in the house was feeling like, oh my God, she's the person in command. She totally knows what she was doing. So that was very good to see President in action. I have no points to ask you to, consider for improvement, but it's great to see that you, the way that you've been running the club and the fact that you had a great stage presence as the presiding officer simply bowled me over. The next person, and I'm going to keep TM Modi for the last, okay, because she came and went several times. So we now move ahead with the prepared speeches. Now to evaluate this very fabulous speaker that we had, which is such a horrible task to evaluate. Jayati, are you up for the challenge? Now, to evaluate our prepared speaker for today, I'm going to invite to you somebody who believes that the one thing that they're willing to bet on themselves, is themselves. You heard that right. She's someone who started her journey in Toastmasters. She's an entrepreneur. She's someone who loves reading. Please join me in welcoming the fifth Wonder Woman of today's meeting in the general evaluation team, Toastmaster Jayati Datta, to tell us how Toastmaster Reva has fared. Over to you, Toastmaster Jayati.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Reva. Good evening to you and good evening to everybody else. A special good evening to Toastmaster Reva, as she's my target speaker. Toastmaster Reva, in your journey of becoming a perfect leader, I have 3 shining moments of your speech. The first one is I would like to say that the opening of your speech, wherein you grabbed the attention of everybody present over here. Your speech was beautifully structured, had very interesting content, and a wonderful conclusion. Second part is you're adding dialogues. When you add dialogues to your speech, it breaks down the speech into an interactive style and gives it character. And that is what I loved about it. The third shining point is your hand gestures were in sync with your verbal content. You explained all the leadership styles with examples and also identified your own leadership styles, affiliative and innovative. Toastmaster Reva, you can always improve even the best of speeches. And that's why I have 3 recommendations for you. The first one is pauses. Toastmaster Reva, somewhere I felt that you were just rushing through. At times, if you could give a little pause, it is so much better for all of us in the audience to digest what you were saying. The second one is, you said you have 2 leadership styles, affiliative and innovative. If you could include personal stories weaving these 2 styles, I think it would give a more better impact on the audience because we connect to a personal story much better, don't we? The third one is I noticed that you were smiling in some parts where you went wrong and you felt bad. Toastmaster Reva, at these times, try to be a little sad so that you give your gestures in appropriation with what you're talking. Toastmaster Reva, your speech was beautiful, a leader who participated in everything. You are a leader, Toastmaster Reva, with your strong points of including dialogues, explaining your objectives, and your hand gestures are in sync with your speech. If you could include my suggestions of pauses, personal stories, and appropriate facial expressions, I think your speech would have a podium finish. Thank you so much and keep coming back. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayati. Very quickly, I just want to talk about the evaluation because really I'm not supposed to be talking about the speaker. In the evaluation, I noticed 3 great things that happened right now when Toastmaster Jayati was speaking. I like the choice of words again. I'm a big fan of great words suiting the conversation. So I usually try to tend and pick that. So grammarian, I'm so sorry if I'm stepping in your shoes here and there. I love the fact that she used shining points in terms of what she really liked about the speech. That was really nice. And then she said podium finish, which means you're already there. If you want like just that step up, then you could use that. So she said about how podium finish was a great choice of word to just get better. Now, I would have liked for Jayati to have actually shown by example where she could have made a difference with the pause. Because when you give her an example, she'll probably understand that a little better. So that's one recommendation that I have for you as an evaluator. I also somewhat agree and disagree to the personal anecdotes, because I think she had a couple of them plenty, but being a speaker who is very conscious about the 7 minutes that you have, it might not always be possible. But I do remember she had mentioned about a HR, I think Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and she did give random examples. But yes, maybe instead of those examples, if you had given your own personal story in the 2 leadership styles that you had identified, would have had more impact according to our evaluators. So maybe here and there, just because sometimes we want to say so much more, but we don't have that time and luxury in hand. So you might want to check that. One good practice that I'd like for all our evaluators to follow, because we are here in Toastmasters and we advocate Toastmasters as this really positive environment that we have. One of the things that I'd like for our evaluators to think about is to reach out to the speaker beforehand and ask them what is it that they would like to be evaluated on, because the speaker would have like a certain style, they'd be looking at a certain way in wanting to improve. And so when that evaluator knows what they are getting at, say for example, now Reva has picked presentation mastery as a path. So we all know that she wants to do great presentations. She wants to get there in doing fantastic presentations. So how can the evaluation that we give her specifically help to become a better presenter is something that I'd like all our evaluators, not Jayati at all. This was for everyone. If you did that homework 1 hour before you came up on the roll and just found out what the speaker wants in evaluation, it will go a long way in helping you also. There'll be 100 things that you want to say, but you will also know now that the speaker is looking for this one specific thing. So let me spend some time on that maybe. So that's just one recommendation. I'm a big fan of the way that Reva spoke today. I will send her fan comments in the personal chat because I'm very conscious about the time that I'm spending. But I wanted to say a fantastic speech, and it was an evaluation that was really challenging. But I think Toastmaster Jayati, you really aced it. I felt that you were so soothing with your words, and the tone that you had used throughout was really encouraging. True amazing traits of evaluator. Thank you so much for the combination of our speaker and evaluator. Now, can I have hearts? I know you can, instead of giving it a couple of times, you just give one long press and we'll know that you're doing it for both the speaker and the evaluator. Okay, fantastic. That's great to see all the hearts. Now, I'd like to call our tag team. Would I first like to call our timer Toastmaster Amrita and tell us how we have fared. Clearly, the end point is not good, but at least in between each of the speakers and the evaluator and our table topics people, folks who took that, would you be able to let us know how we have done on the individual timings, please? Toastmaster Amrita, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I am exhilarated to share with you a report which suggests that all of us have qualified, even though I wasn't really a speaker there, but I feel with the Indian stretchable time, just 10 minutes over our 8-minute time bar, and we'll be able to close it pretty much within the time frames. So great job. Everybody is qualified.
That is just an amazing report. I love the whole color coordination that you've done. You've got all our names. You've identified who's a guest, who's a who's a Toastmaster. Fantastic work in just preparing that report itself. I didn't have any points for you to improve other than the fact that we could, show a sample, which I had to interrupt and tell you during the initial phase itself. Show us a sample, because in some clubs, we would pin the timer. Some clubs, the timer just comes and goes on spotlight. So depending on what you you do, then the speaker will adjust their gallery view. As long as we are online and we have complex ways of showing time, it will be good for us to just highlight that beforehand, so that the speakers or anybody, table topics, in our case especially, it was for the table topic speakers, because we don't have everyone from the club necessarily. So it's good practice for us to show how we'll be showing the timings. Fantastic heart symbol for our very effective and efficient timer for today, Toastmaster Amrita. The next person that I'd like to call on for the report is, oh wait, you've seen her again. She did a fantastic job as a sergeant at arms. Now so much pressure on her to perform as a grammarian also. Toastmaster Sangeeta, let us know how we've treated the English language today.
So here's my report. Here's the word of the day is used by Toastmaster Nilu, General Evaluator Vanitha, and Toastmaster Amrita. There were no not so good usage of words, and some good usage of words were snippets, tremendous, charming, professed, portfolio, nurture, make the most of your life, know your tribe, podium finish, woman in network, and consensus. So that's my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for that, Sangeeta. I like to see how she's not at all critical. She's like, no points to improve. All words were fantastic use. All right. Okay. It was great to see you having a proper report. You've also listened well throughout the meeting, and you've identified members who've used the word of the day. Thank you for introducing that. Now, if I were to give you a recommendation, and I give anybody who's taking a grammarian role as a recommendation, is to do something crazy in the WhatsApp groups. You all have WhatsApp groups for your members, I'm sure. That's pretty much bread and butter for running our Toastmaster clubs across the world. How about we have a video of the grammarian of the week, introducing the word along with the pronunciation. So when you have a video snippet of this person, calling out, you'll also know exactly how to pronounce. And because you've given the word a few times beforehand, they will come prepared to somewhere I'll try and fit that word. And the whole idea of using the word of the day is to actually remember the word and use it elsewhere. So instead of doing word of the day, I would recommend that you do word of that week, and have or encourage folks, depending on how active you are on your club WhatsApp group. You could encourage folks, all of them can share their videos of just a sample sentence that they would form using that particular word. We do that a lot, and we do that in my advanced club. And I have personally seen that it works so well, because somehow that word's never forgotten, because they remembered that, there is this, it was a really funny video that they saw of a member, or that word stuck a little longer than it ideally would inside of just one single meeting. So, and especially when you have difficult words to pronounce, I'm not saying acceleration was, but I'm saying in general, it'll be good to know how the words actually pronounce before coming into the meeting, this thing. So that is one recommendation that I have. I am not going to see Amrita at all today, no matter how much she's spotlighted, because I kind of asked for the time ahead of time. So that was one recommendation that I have for the grammarian, and I hope that will be helpful for folks who are attempting this role again. The next person that I'd like to introduce is Kanchan. The reason I'm saying that so many times is, no, I've not forgotten your name again. Toastmaster Kanchan, can you let us know how we have done on the crutch words that you've heard tonight?
Thank you, General Evaluator Vanitha, and thanks for remembering my name. Yeah. So I'm so exhilarated to be here as a counter, and I'm presenting my report as a counter. It's a TMOD. Nilu Sharma ma'am uses 3 times. So once, 2 times, but once. And grammarian Sangeeta Moran uses so once, once. Timer Amrita uses so once, once. And yeah, listening master Shruti Srivastava was flawless. And I have attended this club meeting before, and I have listened Shruti Srivastava, and she always, I found her always flawless. And yeah, you are a good speaker. Yeah, literally. And the general evaluator Vanitha uses once, if, few times, so, two times, two times, once. Yeah, our speaker Reva was flawless. Yes, she delivered her speech wonderfully. So I like her speech very much. And the session, a table topic, Master Deepti Gurnani once used like, three times, so once. Suja Rajesh, speaker one, once uses one time, so I mean one time. Devismita uses but once, well once, two times, and three times, once. Speaker Kritika uses once and long pause, one long pause, and so once. And yeah, speaker, yeah, so Jennifer ma'am was flawless. I I did not found any mistake on her speech. So you guys are really wonderful speaker. Yeah, I have learned a lot to you all guys. Yeah, thank you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan. Again, reminding you there are no guys in the room, literally. There are only women in the room. So maybe ladies, people, folks, reiteration. We do it so casually, we don't even realize that how much that guys has become a part of our verbiage. We encourage anything to happen. A collective noun becomes only guys. So I'm just very conscious about it and calling you out. Nothing personal. One of the things that I'd like to recommend to you, and I saw how you were so actively listening, because it's very tough to miss the 1 hour and the one, when you do counts like that, it's very good. That means you've been a fantastic listener throughout the meeting. One thing that I'd like to recommend for anyone who takes up this R counter role is, how about we term the usage as a low usage of something, a medium usage of a word, or a high usage of a word, because 1 and 2, who really cares? Like, it doesn't even make an impact, because in the big scheme of things, it seems okay. But if you had one word that you were constantly using and it was a lot, say for example, right, there are people who tend to use one favorite, you have a favorite crutch word. So maybe if you highlighted that, the crutch word with saying with the high frequency, and that's something that needs to be worn. The second thing that I'd like for our counters to just keep a note of is, when we are on a Zoom screen, like awkward body postures, body gestures are also something that we see. Anything that disturbs the speaker or is not comfortable for the speaker. So as an R counter, I would like for Kanchan to have also looked at anyone with, a camera angle different or not covering. For example, I understand that, like, Deepti was sitting from a mobile phone, but how about we center ourselves to that camera that we are facing? Small things like that could be highlighted. Like for example, Debasmita and Deepti, if you just centered your camera angle, then you look like in front, the way that Jennifer is, or Kanchan is, or Jayati is. These are small tips, but because we are an online speaker right now, it goes a long way in just making sure that your screen presence is there. And the reason why I was highlighting it, body gestures go away when you're on the left or the right of the screen. So you get more people to see, people to see more of you when you are this thing. So these are points that maybe the R counter can highlight about inappropriate body gestures. So that was one recommendation, but I fairly thought that is a very challenging role. In my club, when they asked me to do a taggle role, because I've not done it in a while, this is one role that I refuse to take, because it's such a hard task to do. You absolutely aced it by listening so intently. So a big heart symbol for our counter, Toastmaster Kanchan, everyone. Okay, so I've covered the taggle roles, and I'm going to be talking a little about our table topics master. Now, I loved the fact that she had an absolute array of topics. I thought all her topics were on point. There was not one time where anyone struggled to even think of, oh my God, what opinion do I give about this? And that talks about great preparation. So I love the fact that Deepti had fantastic topics prepared. I love the fact that she had talked about why table topics in a Toastmaster meeting. The purpose of having this impromptu speaking thing was nicely done. I also love the fact that she encouraged people. Now, not too many table topics misses do that in club meetings. Like, you forget about that word of the day the moment the grammarian has called it out once. But I love the fact that she had encouraged folks and said, use the word of the day. And that was a good reminder, a very apt reminder when it comes to impromptu speaking. Now, a couple of things that I would have liked for Deepti to do better was definitely have a more firm way of calling for nominations. I noticed that initially, because you logged on to your mobile, it becomes more imperative for you to decide what's the easiest way for you to know. So if you had known that you were going to log in from the mobile, maybe just say, I will not be able to see names on chat or your raised hand. So please just unmute and shout out your name so I can hear you. And that would have just solved the problem, because I found that there were a lot of people raising their hand and just waiting for you to notice. So anybody who takes up the role, once you know your limitations from whatever device that you're logging in, ensure that this is just online moderation, right? Like how we do better on moderating sessions online. So this tip will also go helpful if you're doing this elsewhere as well. So that was one thing that I wanted you to notice. And also about the time. So I know it's pretty relaxed, or it's a very cool environment, but when we know that we are lagging on time or delayed on time, it's good practice for the table topics master to ping in advance and ask the VP education of the club or whoever is setting the agenda in the club to check what's my hard stop about. So you have a time, and depending on however the agenda is going, you decide that, okay, so I have this time, like if it's 7:45, then within 7:45, if I can do 3 topics, I'll do 3. If I can do 4, then I'll do 4. So I stick to the timing, and I ensure, as a table topics master, it's so important for you to ensure that you stick to the timings you make the time club come back onto the agenda timing. So maybe a little more cognizance of the time that we take and the number of topics that we give, just depending on what the agenda is, would be helpful. Again, this is not just for Deepti. I'm saying this because I'm coming probably one time to your club. So I'm taking the liberty of going in detail with my general evaluation, and I hope it helps anyone in your your roles that you take in forward going forward. Okay, I didn't have anything specific for all the individual table topic speakers, but I did like one. Like I said, I'm a sucker for great choice of words, so I like this place where claim your space was very nicely used, and that was one thing that I wanted to highlight. Now, quickly moving on to the last role taker, and I've left her on purpose for the last because now I will know if Nilu blocks me on WhatsApp or refuses to talk to me again. I'll at least know where that came from. I have a couple of good things to say, some great things to say about this. I love the fact that Nilu is actually someone who's really relentless. I'll give that to her. I kind of met her at another club and I said, no, I don't do this too many, this thing, because GE role for me is very time consuming. I have to be there from the end to speech evaluation here and there is okay. But she was very particular that I had to be GE and come back and come to the club. So I love the fact that she was relentless before the meeting. I love the way that she had got all her role takers in place. She had great introductions for everyone that she introduced. And she's such a warm person. The way she talked about anyone that came on stage showed, the way that she cared about that person, or like she was best friends with that person for like a really long time. I love the warmth in her introductions. She did all things right as a TM Modi. I think she did the transitions really well. She gave a couple of takes, her personal opinion after every transition. I thought she did fantastically. Now, I have one big concern, and being somebody who's very vocal about this whole gender equality space, and it's a very confusing space with feminism. This is for everyone, but not just for Nilu. So please understand this. I was a little uncomfortable about this one particular quote that you had mentioned. You said, if you want something said, you ask a man. If you want something done, you ask a woman. And that's wrong in so many levels for us. I know somebody great really gave you that quote and you had quoted this person, but that's exactly what feminism is not about. Feminism is not man bashing. Feminism is making sure that if you want something done, you get it done by a man or woman, regardless, only based on their merit and how well they can do the job, and not based on their gender. That is just feminism in that one quote. And so when we walk the talk as women in network, going about meeting other clubs, meeting other people, we have to be brand ambassadors about feminism. And feminism will, if you do feminism like the way you're bashing up men, it's a small quote. It's nothing at all. It's just somebody who said something great about women. Yes, you want to feel great about women. Yes, but do it without making men feel bad. Only then you can have them in your journey of, feminism. So this is one thing that I wanted to highlight to you. I love the other quote. The other quote that you had said is, women are already strong, you're just letting the world know. So that's feminism, okay, in whatever context that you wanted to say. But it's not about making a man feel less of himself and making a woman be better. It's not that at all. It's just making sure that we claim our space. It's really that. So I thought, like, that mixed opinion, I had to call it out here, just so that we are very conscious about it. Tomorrow if you go and tell someone that I'm a feminist, but here I am wanting all the roles to be filled by women and not men, that's not feminism. It's getting the roles filled by the appropriate people based on their merit, equal pay. These are things about feminism. A man doing the job and the woman doing the job, you want to make sure both of them are being paid properly. A man comes and says whatever he wants and gets away with it, but a woman comes, you have to be careful, because you've been taught from a small age how to speak, how to sit, can't be vocal about your thoughts. These are some things that I wanted everyone to just be a little aware, especially because we're talking about deep women. Let's make sure that we are deep women that take our men along with us in our journey of feminism, and not leaving them behind or making them enemies in the while we claim our space in the world. So that was the last feedback that I had. It was again a very conscious thing that I needed to call out. I know Nilu had called me to the meeting only for things like this, but unfortunately I had to give it, in the role that you had taken it, Nilu. Just something that we need to be careful about, and it's casual. It's so casual that we don't even realize that we do so much of this. And if you do it right, then there's so much more scope that things will work better. That was my take on this particular one sentence that saw, and I thought, okay, let me just call that out. I absolutely think that a moment like this is really required. I love the fact that when you talked about your club in the beginning, you talked about how it's a safe space. This is one place where you can come, not be judged. You can actually talk about anything and not worry about what people are saying. And that's very particular. In fact, I remember this one story that I had read somewhere, a grandmother telling a girl saying, in life you can do so many things. You can do great things. You have a career, don't want a career, it's your choice. You want to have children, 1, 2, no children, that's your choice. You want to marry a man, a woman, not get married, that's your choice. No matter what you want to do in your life, have girlfriends. Remember to not let your marriage or your career stop you from having these girlfriends that are really important for you throughout. Because there will be a time when you'll retire, so career will be zero. There will be a time when there'll be nesting. Your children will become big and they will leave you and go. But these girlfriends that you can hang out with, have breakfast, probably go clubbing when you're 20, but also be able to have lunches and dinners when you're 30 and 40, and eventually breakfast, or just sit at home and, nibble on your braces when you're 60, whatever be the thing. The girlfriends are the ones that's going to take you and be there with you. So if you're a woman who's been saying, I don't have time for meeting my girlfriends, then the WIN Toastmasters Club is a great place to make that friendship. While you are here for public speaking, while you are here for improving your communication skills and your leadership skills and everything else that your Toastmaster Club can give, make that one girlfriend, because you know that you will need them more than anyone else, more than your husband, if I can say that. He's right behind and he's like, oh, okay. No matter who it is, you will need your girlfriends at some point. So this is a great opportunity for you to make those friends. Age no bar, and profession no bar. You get to see a variety of people. So I really happy that I got this opportunity to be here. I want to tell you, WIN Toastmasters Club, you're doing great things for the women in Toastmasters. Thank you for everything that you do for this community of people. Let's make more people hear about your amazing things that you do for the women. And thank you for the opportunity, Toastmaster Nilu, and back to you.
Please give thunderous round of applause for our wonderful, wonderful general evaluator. Yes, when you said yes, I wrote in my EC group that dreams come true. So it was really very means I was so happy when I came to know you would be there. Thank you so much, and please do visit, not as a general evaluator, but please try to visit as much as you can. So here I'm going to launch the poll. So please vote so that our president would declare the result. Hope you all can see. Toastmaster Sangeeta, can you see? Okay. Actually, you are co-host, that's why.
I just remembered that I missed out my listening master.
Okay.
Shruti, I hope you can make that up during your closing comments of as the president. I'm so sorry, one slipped my mind.
No worry, Toastmaster Shruti always takes award today's civil. She won't. Okay, so I'm going to end now. Almost done. So here the poll is ended. Now this is the time for our president, Toastmaster Shruti Srivastava. Please come and please give thunderous round of applause for her.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Niluji, for this wonderful entire session, for bringing all the beads of this wonderful garland that we are seeing right now on our screens together. And we have weaved in a moment here. And I'm sure our Vice President PR has already taken or arrested this moment that can be forever etched in our hearts. So please give yourself a huge round of applause, because once again, you all have chosen yourself over everything else. You have taken control of your calendar, you have taken control of your time, and you have been here for completely 120 minutes working on your own growth. So congratulations. And I am so proud of all of you, because you all have chosen who? You all have chosen who? Yes. So with this, we have come to the end of the meeting. I would like to thank everyone who made this possible to conduct this meeting, which felt like a bell hooks book or Girl, Women, Other book, which was read out aloud, because I could see all my ideas of how this world should be. How can we normalize more of equality? How can we normalize our space in this world? Because this is not going to be fair at all, my dear ladies. Never. And it felt like that I can fly. There is no gravity. I'm levitating, because it felt so free. And I would request Madam Vice President Education to please send me the results. While she does it,
I sent.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I want to perform two things here. Do my role of listening master and also thank some of the key presenters here. All right. So I'm putting into the shoes of the listening master. So here you go. All right. I would request you all to unmute yourself so that you don't have to do the thing of I want to say, just unmute and barge in. Ready. Amazing. So here we go. Who translates the work of Russian literature to Hindi and English and Bengali and whatnot?
Guess Debushmita.
Yes, Debushmita, yeah.
All right. Jenny ma'am, we are trained unabated to be unabated, you know. We are going to be. Oh, please unmute yourself. Who said you need to share? You just need not listen, but you need to share. You need to share your thoughts.
Yeah, I have this written down. You need to share, you need to share.
Said this.
It was done by the speak. You need to share.
No one heard this. You need to share. Who?
Yeah, I think Nilu only.
Jenny ma'am. You said that.
I said you need to share.
Yes.
Oh.
Then you were talking about the fact that how we all just need not be always oversensitive and over caring, but we need to share our thoughts with our.
Yeah, that I said, but then Nilu also took it up and said we don't only need to share, we need to listen. Someone said like that.
First you said.
Sorry.
All right. Who said you all are the go-getters? You all are the go-getters. Who said that?
Toastmaster Shruti, no?
Okay, very nice. Huh? You are telling me now. Toastmaster. Very nice. Clap. Slow clap. Very smart. Good training and all. Huh? Who said that? Okay, I'll tell you the answer. Distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha said that when she was addressing to all of us.
I said it.
Oh, thank you. All right. Am I a leader? Who said that?
Toastmaster Eva.
Reva.
Good. Who said sky's the limit?
Sky is the limit.
Suja Rajesh.
Yes, Sangeeta, you're all ears. Huh? Who believes in the fact that if you teach a child, you teach an entire family?
Toastmaster Kritika.
Yes. Who loved the word tribe and who said it? Who said it and who loved it?
Toastmaster Shruti said it and Toastmaster Vanitha liked.
Yes.
All right. Who mentioned different wonderful words in her evaluation? Hint, hint. Gender inappropriation is one word. Sorry, gesture inappropriation is one word that she used.
Toastmaster Jayati.
Jayati.
Okay.
Very nice.
Good.
Who was behind distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha to come and play a role here?
Toastmaster Nilu.
Toastmaster Nilu.
All right. Who said, when I have a voice, when I've developed it, I'm not going to stay silent?
Nilu.
Toastmaster Nilu. Yeah, who has recently become a teacher?
Amrita.
She was in
Toastmaster
corporate.
Amrita.
Amrita, yeah, Toastmaster.
So that's all for tonight, folks. You all were attentive, and I'm proud of this fact that most of you answered this question. So with this, we have come to the end.
Now
And
for biryani.
very nice. Thank you so much for sharing this in the middle of the presidential address. So let me just quickly declare the results. So for the results in the category 1, which is the best role player in the category 1 that had Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, and Table Topic Master, we have a winner from all the way from the God's own country, the District 121, Distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha Rangarajan as the winner here. Congratulations. Thank you so much for enlightening us with all your suggestions and feedback. We are going to incorporate that. Going forward, we have best role player in the category 2 that had timer, counter, and timer, counter, and the grammarian. And we have one winner the person from Priyanka Chopra's land, Toastmaster Kanchan. I got your name right, Kanchan. Congratulations.
So sweet.
Thank you so much, all
All right.
beautiful girls, for voting me. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And going forward, we have just a moment. I'm sorry for all this sneezing coming out from my end. We have, since we had only one evaluator and only one speaker, both of them are undeclared winners. So congratulations.
I get some enthusiasm in it. Yeah, come on. What the hell? Just because one is there.
Congratulations. We are so proud of you. Yay! All right. And we have come to the last category of the best table topic speaker. And that table topic speaker is person who is speaking on your screens right now, appearing in specs. So please congratulate me, and I deserve all the hearts. With this, we have come to the end of this meeting. And I want to close this meeting on a higher note. We began on a high note. I want to close it on a higher note. This club, all these women who made this club are going to be staying together forever. And trust me, when distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha said that everything will go off, everything will, will trudge on its own path. But all you will remain with is your community, your tribe that you built on right now. And our partners, our spouses, our children, our parents are not going to be with us forever. It's just us, ourselves. Be your own best friend, be your own best critique, and your best admirer, and of course, your community. You all wonderful women have my heart, and I'm going to be there for you all at all times. So with this pledge,
Toastmaster Shruti, please invite all of them to our next session with their spouses and friends.
Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nilu. And with this, I have this wonderful announcement that I am to have. Jenny ma'am, Vanitha, please don't leave. We have a wonderful event happening on next week, February 13th, same time. And all you need to do is to come with a piece of your heart in the shape of a human or a piece of your heart. That could be anyone, maybe your pet. We don't mind. So just have them here, bring them to this meeting, and we'll be playing a game here on Valentine's Day Eve, because 14th is the day of Valentine's, and we want to celebrate love. Although we celebrate
on the
love,
week of Valentine now. It started on 7th.
we don't believe in all those propose day, rose day.
Starting on 7th.
No, we don't believe in all that, Jenny ma'am.
If I can believe it, you should also. Okay, come on.
I believe in the fact that every day is a Valentine's Day. You should love each day.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted from you.
Yes, each day, every day. But all this
Every day is a Valentine's Day.
Yes, every day is a Valentine's Day. So celebrate yourself, celebrate the self-love, all that you have for yourself, and be there in the meeting.
Achha, by the way, I think some members here think I'm not a member of WIN, but please do know that I'm not.
No.
Because Sangeeta introduced me as a guest, and I was feeling very sad about it. I'm paying my
Ma'am, to make them realize, please do come every week.
No, I've not been very regular, but I am still a member.
Yes,
we are sorry, ma'am, for that goof up that happened, and we totally own up to it, own that goof up.
Yeah. You need to own up. Let's be honest. We are women. We wear our heart on our sleeves.
Oh yes,
always. So with this, I would formally end this meeting close, and would request to stop the recording so that the room is open for informal